Hi there guys, and welcome to episode 5. I am speaking to you on the present day, which of course is a little bit ahead in regards to the video. Though it's just as I do feel the need to address something. I do persistently say about a construction goal throughout the episode, and let's just say present day I still haven't gained any construction levels. Though I do still have the goal in mind to aim for 82. There are just some things that I do need to do on the account before we do actually go for that. I do address this throughout the video, though it's just I feel the need to say so. So let's get into the video. So the world hopper here is actually quite annoying. What I've decided to do is I do actually need 11,000 coal and 11,000 oak logs, just due to the issue with the world hopper. I think I'm going to buy 1,000 coal at a time and then go to the oak logs and cut 1,000 of those and turn them into planks, just to chop it up a bit. Get it? Chop it up. Funny. So now that I have bought all the coal that I do need for all my bars, I'm just going to go ahead and smith all of them. I think I may keep the steel bars for cannonballs potentially in the future, but I will be definitely making the mithril and the adamant. Make plate bodies with the mithril and darts and bolts with the adamant, and use the gold as well. So there I have just got 77 smithing. I have just looked back at a load of my recent clips that the audio just hasn't recorded for them. So quickly go over what I've done in that period of time. So I did end up smithing all of the ores that I had, including the gold as well. So we had all these bars. I have made some mithril plates, but there's those, and of course what I have in my inventory. Along with that, I did end up alching all the battle staves and making these leathers. I did also get 81 magic, and now we are just going through smithing all the bars, trying to accumulate as much cash as we can, and then we're going to go and bang out 75 construction for the fairy ring in the house. A casual reminder to do your seaweed. There we have a 94 farming. So there we have just hit 65 rune crafting. At the moment I am just making some cosmics in order to enchant fire orbs for the battle staves that I have banked, as I'd like to just accumulate all the cash I possibly can before moving on from smithing into construction. And there we have just hit 71 crafting. I did miss the level as I was typing as I got it, and hit the spacebar to continue, but here we are just making more of the alks. So there I have just hit 71 fletching. As I have of course already smithed all my adamant bars, I'm just going to collect seaweed spores whilst fletching the bolts and darts. It seems like a pretty reasonable thing to do while fletching. And there we have managed 72. So there I have finished fletching all the darts and the bolts. I have managed to get, well, it'll be 18 in total now, as did plant 2 and those that have just spawned. So that's not too bad, those should last a wee while. So at the moment, just to break things up a little bit, I'm just doing some super glass make, and I'm going to get some crafting levels with what I have. I'm essentially just doing this to try and get a feel for what it's going to be like when I do go for the crafting grind, as I will be needing to put a substantial amount of hours into it. So there we are, just about to hit 78 smithing. I have just came across a small roadblock. I was under the impression I could boost from 75 to 80 construction to get the fairy ring in the house. However, it's actually an 85 requirement, which essentially means I would need 25,000 oak planks rather than 12,000. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I will complete what I'm doing at the moment with smithing. Follow that up by alching, and I might still go ahead with getting 75 construction. However, I'm also thinking about going back to Slayer a bit earlier than intended, simply to have more cash to put into construction. Maybe. But then it's a catch-22, as one of the reasons I was actually doing construction was for the fairy ring in order to fish crambands. And if you are to look at the moment, I have next to no food that I can currently use. I don't have the cooking level for sharks, and I just feel like when I'm gathering crambands using the Ardougne cloak to teleport, it just takes a little bit too much time. But if I am to go back to Slayer, I can see myself maybe fishing a few hundred or whatever, but I guess time will tell. So with all the glass that I did craft earlier, I have decided that I will blow it all, and that should get me just shy of 75 crafting. I will do everything that I need to essentially get it to 75, and then I'll be able to do the clue step that I have that I'll show at the moment. And it will also mean that I'm able to get my first glory, which will of course be very beneficial for the account. Make multiple, including the Dragonstone amulet for this clue, so that's what I'm aiming for at the moment. And there we have 80 Hunter. This is a great achievement purely from Birdhouse runs. That means that essentially whenever I would like to, I can begin to hunt chins for the range grind, so I'm looking forward to doing that as soon as we get all our other kind of near future goals out of the way. So I kind of have accepted that I'm just not going to have enough money to get 80 construction at the moment, so rather than put all the money that I'm going to end up with towards construction, I think I'm going to fire it into Hellblower as well. I do have 82 banked at the moment, I believe, if I'm to use Green Moon's Ales at 80 for my Sarah Brews, though I might hold off until I don't need to boost for the brews before I do that, but I think that's one of the things I'm definitely going to end up doing rather than construction. So there we have just hit 79 smithing. I'm out of mithril bars and I was about 45k off the level, so I couldn't just leave it at that. So I decided to dip into the steel bars and made about 239 of those. But there we go, that's us finished with smithing. And there we have 74, so one more crafting level for the time being. So there we have just got 75 crafting, which does basically mean we are able to get a very long time overdue glory. We can also make the Dragonstone amulet of course, and do the elite clue that we have in the bank. So by getting this, it has just been by using all the sand I've been getting from Bert. I will of course be gathering a lot more sand after the incoming update to work towards a Fury and potentially 99 crafting. So I have just realised as I did get 75 crafting that I can actually do the magic birdhouses now, so try and remember to do that from now on, but for this run at least we will just do it. Just a small tip, when you're collecting spice you can actually alch or fletch in here. So there we do actually have the first glories on my account after I do enchant them. I did miss recording, however I'm just making a Dragonstone ring at the moment for elite clues as well. So now that we do have the Dragonstone amulet, I'm going to see if we can actually do this elite clue, so let's see. And there we have the reward. The planks are nice, and Armadillo page 2. And there is this week's tiers. So now I'm finally getting around to alching. By the time that I do get all of these done, I believe I should have about 5.5 million. I think right after I do this, I'm going to basically make all my herbs into unfinished potions and see what Hellblower level I can get, and with the remainder look at maybe doing some construction. As I do need 80 for the fairy ring in the house, I do feel that I'm as well looking at doing 82 and getting the pool, as when I do use all my herbs I will be able to basically make the anti-venom that's required for the top tier pool. So it would be worthwhile looking at just doing 82, however that's going to cost me a fortune. If I'm to do oak planks, I believe it's 32,800 planks, which will cost me approximately 8 million, and that's on the planks alone without actually paying for the butler. So I do believe before I do go for 82 that I'm going to have to return to Slayer, and I will be okay with doing that given I do actually have a glory now, but I would like to get the Fury done first, so we'll just see what happens I guess. And there we have 76 agility. That'll be great for when we do eventually get around to Zora, so that we can be using the fairy ring. So there we have just finished all the alks. We did manage to get a really good portion of agility done as well, just under 150,000 experience. I did underestimate how much money I was getting. I did think I was getting about 5.5 mil, however we've got 6.4, which is great. So I'm going to go and make all the unfinished potions I can, bang out as much herb lore as possible, and then maybe move on to some construction. So here we have another hard diary feature making an appearance. The double fungus, obviously speeding this process up a great deal. So here we are about to make the massive cash sink. Just going to crush the nests and the bars of chocolate along with the unfinished potions. So see how much that's going to cost. So we're about 190,000 so far, and 1.4 million on top of that, so 1.6 million. It's not as bad as I expected, but I do believe once we have made all the potions we should have either 82 or 83 herb lore, which will be nice. So now that we have of course made all the unfinished pots, this is how the tab is looking. By the looks of things it's going to take maybe about 4 hours to actually make all of these, so we'll see where we get with that. So there we have 77 herb lore, the first of many, which means I can now make staminas without boosting. How cool is that, guy's name? And there we have 80 herb lore. So at the moment it looks like we can get probably about 140,000 XP into this level, and then I'll actually use a Green Ale to make brews for the rest of it, and I'll then be able to of course make the brews at 81 and continue on till 82 with what I'll be able to make. And there we have 81 herb lore, so we can now make these brews without using the Green Ale. That's fantastic. And there we have got 82, so that will do for herb lore for now. So as always, I would like to thank anyone who has watched the video, especially up until this point. I know this one has been a little bit of a mess in terms of goals, what I've been aiming for and not actually going towards them. However, that's bound to happen. You know what it's like playing this game. I do kindly ask, if you have enjoyed the video, that you do leave a like, comment and potentially subscribe for future content. I'll leave the little things all over the screen like the last video, the subscribe button, all that good shit. And thanks again guys. Take care.